Hi everyone, Lisa here from Forest City Stitching. I hope everyone had a great week. I am going to show you this piece first and then I will put it onto the floor and yeah, then we can get started. Okay, so this piece is the Disney stained glass. So that is, I can't see what you can see. And the section you're going to be seeing is this section up until here. So the top, sorry, not those whole sections. You'll see. Okay, so where I'm ending is probably around here-ish. Nope, I'm showing you the wrong thing. Try again. Here. So where I've stopped stitching is probably around here. So we started at Jafar. With the 30-inch scroll rods, it still makes it a little interesting to maneuver. But yeah, this is where we're at. Now my planner is in its way. There we go. Yeah. So I've mainly worked right over here. So a lot of, that might work, I can rest it there. Okay. So yeah, a lot of black has been added. I filled in all of this pink and some of those yellow lightning bolts. I don't know. Yeah, so I've added just over 1,000 stitches and I have another 1,000 stitches to go because someone bought one of my daggers in the stitching adventure. And today I sold 2 flints. So I'm very excited that people are buying things from me. So now I need to finish another 1,000 stitches to get another dagger in my shop. And I know that's safe on the ground because I don't have a he's large, a large orange cat coming down here to cause trouble. Okay. So what else did I stitch? Actually, let's go back because I'm kind of doing things out of order. Nothing too exciting life-wise here. We had a snow day on Thursday, which, yeah, it was snowy. But like schools were actually canceled and I feel like that was a little much. I can understand them canceling the buses, but actually closing the schools. Because I ended up going to work to get my laptop so I could work from home. And I've definitely driven on worse roads. So a little questionable about that decision. Today is very cold. And yeah, it's winter in Canada. So this is what we get. Snow and cold. Okay, I did get some fabric from my fabric of the month from Kaylee from the sewing shop, and this is called Matrix. So I really like that. That will be fun to stitch on for sure. Yep. And I can put that right away because the fabric is right here. Wonderful. Okay, So what have I been stitching on? Stuff out of the way here. So last Sunday after I filmed, I did work on sweater weather. Excuse me, by stitching with the housewives. And that's how this one's looking. Got some pretty good progress there. Worked on the cup, worked on his head. So that was for something to bundle up with. Yeah. I think that was the prompt for Bringo. And then this prompt was for something from a magazine. And so I think you've all seen this. It's hard for me to show it without showing a pattern, but it's Santa from Autumn Lane Stitchery. And it is from the 2020 Christmas ornament. That's how he's looking. I thought excuse me. There we go. Worked on his face mainly. Yeah, and I put in a little bit more back stitching. Ruskin's Penguins. This was for stitch on a piece with a border. Ruskin's Penguins. So I worked over here. So not a ton of progress, but some progress nonetheless. That's how it's looking so far. Snow Village. This was a stitch on the Pantone color of the year, which is white or Cloud Dance or some silly name like that, but it's white. I'll just show you this all. And I worked on the snow on the top of that house, as well as added the windows. That's how that's looking. And the last Bringo piece that I worked on was Olympic Gnomes by Jordan Privé. Does anyone know if she's doing Winter Olympics gnomes? Because I would be interested in that. I could be convinced. I did take a look at her website a week or so ago, and there wasn't anything. I worked on this little plant there. So it's almost done. I do already have this listed on my Stitch the Winter Olympics prompt. And sorry, this prompt was for stitch on something that someone influenced you to stitch on or start. And that would be Karen the Stitching Owl, because during the Summer Olympics 2 years ago, she basically convinced me to start this. And yeah. So you'll be seeing this again in February for the Winter Olympics for sure, because it's already prompt. Yeah, so obviously a lot of work was put into Disney stained glass. Basically, that's all I stitched on yesterday and Friday night. And I haven't done any stitching today. I did go for a run. It was super cold, but got about 5 kilometers done. Yeah, it was still super cold. What else? Yeah, I'm staying up to date with all my little stitchy games. I do need to stitch on one other thing for Bringo, and then I will have a Bringo. So that means I'm going to abandon Bringo for the rest of the month, which is fine. I got a lot of progress. You just won't see something every day. So might not be as many whips next week. But yeah, we'll still have lots of other things to keep me occupied, that's for sure. Yeah, I think that is everything from me. So a little bit of a shorter video. I hope everyone is doing well, and we will see you next week. Bye.